Hello, my name is Sergeant Shanna Clark. I'm with the Texas Department of Public Safety. My name is S-H-A-N-A Clark, C-L-A-R-K. Sadly, we're here today because someone lost their life, but law enforcement performed their duties and saved lives. Today, I'm joined by several law enforcement agencies that were involved in this incident. I'd like to give you a rundown of how things actually occurred today. Shortly before 9 a.m., the Bridge City Police Department received a report of multiple shots fired at multiple homes in Bridge City located in a single neighborhood. Officers were informed that a white truck fled the scene. Shortly after this, a white Dodge Ram pickup, reported to have been traveling at a high rate of speed, struck a motorcycle officer as he and other officers were escorting a wide load on State Highway 73 near Cow Bayou. After striking the officer, the pickup continued to flee at a high rate of speed and officers began to pursue. The officer that was struck is reported to have suffered a severe leg injury, but his injuries are reported as non-life-threatening. The pickup traveled to the intersection of West Green Street and North 15th Street near the West Orange Stark Middle School and crashed into a utility pole. The suspect then exited the vehicle with a semi-automatic rifle and was given commands by law enforcement to put the weapon down and to get on the ground. The suspect laid the weapon down on the ground and began to lay prone, and officers began to approach. The officer picked up the gun and pointed it at the officers. Correction. The suspect laid the weapon down and began to lay prone, and as officers began to approach, the suspect picked up the gun and pointed it at the officers. Officers engaged and the suspect was shot. Life-saving measures were attempted, but the suspect was later pronounced deceased. The suspect name is not immediately available for release, pending notification of their next of kin. At this time, I'd like to open it up for questions.
Yes, Erica Harris, KFDM, Fox 4 News, Beaumont. What type of weapon did the suspect have?
It was a semi-automatic type rifle.
And also tell us once again, in Bridge City, what started the chase?
What started the chase, whenever officers began to pursue the vehicle, he had struck a motorcycle that was an officer motorcycle that was escorting a wide load.
Kayla Shote, 12 News. I was wondering, was an officer shot in front of the dealership during the incident that occurred when the suspect was shot?
There was an officer that was injured. We're still trying to determine if it was shrapnel or if it was an actual bullet that struck him.
And is that officer going to be okay?
It is non-life-threatening.
How many times did officers fire their weapons?
At this time, it's early on in the investigation, so we're still working on gathering that information.
What county is the suspect from?
Orange County.
Kayla Shote, 12 News. Were there spike strips used? How did the suspect crash? Were there spike strips that were deployed at all?
No, ma'am. He ended up striking a utility pole and coming to rest.
And did he pop a tire before then?
Well?
Say it again.
Did he pop a tire before crashing into that utility pole, or did he just crash into that utility pole?
It is believed that the tire was flat before he struck the utility pole.
Or any additional weapons found in the truck?
The semi-automatic rifle was found on his person, but this is ongoing, but that is the rifle that we found on him.
No additional weapons in his truck?
Not at this time.
And the shooting that happened in Bridge City, or the initial incident that happened at the home in Bridge City, what exactly happened there?
That's early, like the investigation is hours old. What happened at that residence, we'll need to reach out to the Bridge City Police Department.
What caliber was the weapon that was found?
I believe it was seated for a 9mm.
Did the suspect have any prior arrests or incidents with authorities?
We don't have that information right now. Right now, we're solely focused on what happened here today, so that'll come later on.
What is the age of the suspect?
That information is not available right now.
And Sergeant Clark, I know that this happened right in front of West Orange Stark Middle School. A lot of bullets did ring out. You know, why was this necessary? And in a sense, how were you all able to avoid the suspect, in a sense, from driving onto the campus?
We don't know what his intentions were traveling towards the middle school. Like I said, the investigation's early on. We don't know what those intentions are. We are glad that it ended where it did end to prevent him from carrying on towards the school.
Could you be clear, and was the suspect already down when shots were fired?
The officer was giving commands for the suspect to lay prone. The suspect was laying prone, and when our officers approached him, he picked up the rifle and pointed it at officers.
And Sergeant Clark, a lot of bystanders came out to watch this. I spoke with a lot of people on and off camera. What message does DPS have tonight for all the witnesses who witnessed this event and the parents who are concerned for their kids?
You know, we really ask if anybody has any information relating to this case to reach out to the Texas Department of Public Safety or any of your local law enforcement agencies.
Back to the original scene in Bridge City. Were there other people involved at that scene?
You'll need to get with Bridge City Police Department to gather that information. Sir?
How long did it take for officers to render aid from the time of the shooting until eventually when they got to the suspect?
Whenever the suspect was shot, immediate aid was rendered.
So within seconds?
Yes, sir.
At what point will the suspect be identified?
We're hoping to get that information out to you shortly, but we want to make sure that the family has been notified before that information is released. All right, well, that concludes the interview. Like I said, if anybody has any information relating to this case, please contact the Texas Department of Public Safety or reach out to your local law enforcement agencies. Thank you. Oh,